Thank you guys so much for having us. It's an honor to be here. Thank you to Ethel and Theo for those nice introductions. Arianna Huffington is the author of 13 books on subjects from Picasso to most recently what she describes as the risk of our turning into third world America. And Bill Kristol is the editor of the Weekly Standard, where Ms. Huffington's work once appeared, and a regular guest on Fox News Sunday. He's also a key voice in a wing of the Republic, really a leader, part of the Republican Party in his own right.
You know, look, the middle class has had a tough. I don't really like. I know it's a joke that the middle class, everyone's the middle class, but I guess I do object to some degree to categorizing Americans by class, and I think we should think about the country as a whole, and obviously be concerned about working class and poor Americans, and occasionally about wealthy Americans too, as well as middle class Americans. I'm optimistic about the country, honestly. I think we had a very bad financial crisis, obviously. But having said that, at the end of the day, this is a very wealthy country. People in this country live quite decent lives and have great opportunities. Obviously, we can argue about which public policies open up opportunity more. I would argue for conservative reforms, especially in areas like education. If we want to help kids from the lower classes make it up to the middle and upper classes. But I don't think we're in crisis in that respect. I think we have a budget and debt crisis that we're facing, which has to be dealt with. I think we have all kinds of international challenges, but I don't think fundamentally the middle class is under assault.
As an immigrant to this country, as somebody who's lived the American dream, who sees the American dream and the promise of upward mobility as a part of America's DNA, I feel that the American middle class is under assault. And if you look at just a few statistics, it's really hard to deny it. If you look at the fact that 100 million Americans are worse off today than their parents were at a similar age. If you look at the fact that you have 26 million Americans who are unemployed or underemployed. And when you look at international statistics, America is now 10th in upward mobility, behind Spain, behind Norway, behind France. You know, being behind France in upward mobility is a little bit like France being behind us in croissants and afternoon sex.
Can I make one substantive point about the middle class and just to put it in global perspective? I think actually globalization has created a lot of challenges for America, and particularly for a segment of the working class and the middle class, the skilled laborers and the like, because outsourcing of jobs obviously saves employers a lot of money and creates some unemployment here at home. It's an amazing moral and political achievement that hundreds of millions, probably billions of people really, especially in Asia, especially in China and India, have come out of poverty and really horrible, destitute, edge of starvation poverty, and are now making it into, call it the middle class, call it the working class, but into living decent lives and having the prospect of their children living even better lives. And it's an amazing accomplishment for which the Chinese and Indians deserve most of the credit, obviously, because of sensible economic policies. I prefer the Indian model because it's free and democratic to the Chinese model. I think actually it will end up being the superior model. But the U.S. deserves some credit, too, for providing security in the East Pacific. So they have been the preceding 40 years in East Asia were marked by many, many wars, civil and external. That's not been the case for the last 30 years. Obviously, I think free trade, free investment, free movement of capital has helped India and China immensely. So let's not, there are problems here, and there are problems around the world. But if you step back and look at the world when I was in college in the early mid-70s, what people expected overall, especially for these massive countries like China and India, and now look at where they are, it's a pretty amazing accomplishment, and it's one to which America has contributed some because of our hard economic policies. And I don't think we should lose sight of that, even as we worry about what's happening here at home.
And it's really, frankly, much easier to sit at your desk and regurgitate the latest Gallup poll results, But I feel that it's our job to try and tell stories that capture what's happening in people's lives. And so when 3 years ago I asked Arthur Delaney, one of our reporters, to be what we now call our economic impact correspondent. He did not want to be called our economic suffering correspondent. He actually got an amazing following, not just among the unemployed, who really follow him religiously and send him stories, but among people generally who who want to see what's happening in people's lives. And once they start, it becomes like a constant series. And he's been really instrumental in capturing those stories.
But I do wish they would have talked more about like media's impact on this debate. I mean, I know they touched on it, but they didn't really focus on the media's effect specifically.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was really funny. They kept it light, which was good, and yeah, I just like that they like kind of poked fun at each other and, you know, just had a conversation.